Imagine standing on the jagged shores of Smuttynose Island, a windswept speck of land 6 miles off New Hampshire's coast, where the Atlantic roars and fog swirls like restless spirits. The air carries a damp chill, a low moan rises from the waves, and shadows dance under a moonlit sky. An eerie prelude to a tale that has cursed this 27-acre isle since 1873. Known as part of the Isles of Shoals, straddling the Maine New Hampshire border, Smuttynose bears a name born from fishermen's tales of seaweed resembling a smutty nose on some vast sea beast. But its true infamy stems from a night of bloodshed that left a stain on its soul, a curse whispered in the winds that drives visitors away and haunts those who linger. What dark force lingers in its abandoned cottages and desolate cliffs? Step into the mist and unravel the chilling legacy of Smuttynose, a mystery that grips the heart under a moonlit night. Smuttynose Island, the third largest of the Isles of Shoals, has long been a place of rugged beauty and isolation. In the early 19th century, it hosted a small fishing village, with the Haley family building the Mid-Ocean House, the first hotel, in the 1840s, drawing summer tourists from Boston and New York seeking sea breezes. By 1873, however, the island's population had dwindled to just 6. Norwegian immigrants John and Maren Hontvet, their extended family, and a boarder, Louis Wagner. The Hontvets had settled there in the late 1860s, turning a rented duplex into a cozy home with bright paint and papered walls, a testament to Maren's gentle touch. John, a skilled fisherman, sailed his schooner Clarabella daily to haul trawl lines, while Maren tended the house. Her sister Karen Christensen and Karen's sister-in-law Anetha Christensen assisting with chores. The island's rocky terrain, dotted with a small graveyard and a crumbling well, was framed by the ceaseless crash of waves, a serene facade masking the storm to come. The curse's origins trace to the night of March 5, 1873, a late winter evening with snow on the ground and a rising moon casting long shadows. John, his brother Matthew, and Anetha's husband Even were delayed in Portsmouth, awaiting bait, leaving the 3 women alone. Louis Wagner, a Prussian fisherman who had once lived with the Hontvets, saw his chance. Once a trusted hand, Wagner had fallen on hard times, his jealousy stoked by John's prosperity. $600 saved for a new boat, a fortune in those days. That afternoon, he asked John repeatedly if the men would return, feigning concern for the women's safety, then vanished when they docked. Under moonlight, Wagner stole a dory from Portsmouth's docks, rowing to Smuttynose with blistered hands. His intent, a robbery turned deadly. The women, unaware, slept in the warm kitchen, Karen on a makeshift bed, Maren and Anetha in their room, until Wagner's entry shattered the silence. What followed was a nightmare etched into the island's history. Karen, startled awake, cried out as Wagner swung a heavy chair, striking her down. Maren, roused by the commotion, dragged her sister into the bedroom, barricading the door as Aneth fled through a window. Wagner, panicked and determined to leave no witnesses, chased Aneth outside, seizing an axe from the woodpile. With a single blow, he cleft her skull, her body crumpling near the well, blood staining the snow. Returning inside, he battered Karen further, her life fading as Maren escaped into the icy night, hiding among the rocks for hours. Wagner searched futilely, leaving bloody bootprints size 11 across the island. Before brewing tea, pocketing $15, and rowing back at dawn, his clothes wet and blood-spotted. The curse was born that night, a stain of violence on Smuttynose's lonely shores. Marin's survival fueled the tale. Rescued the next morning by John and Matthew, she named Wagner immediately, her voice trembling yet resolute. The evidence mounted, bloody prints matching Wagner's boots, a shirt hidden in his Portsmouth boarding house outhouse, $15 in new clothes, and a button from Karen's purse in his pocket. His landlady, Mrs. Johnson, and her daughter testified to his disheveled return at 7 a.m., wet and burdened. Wagner's alibi crumbled. He couldn't name the boat or saloon he claimed to have visited. Tried in Maine, convicted after 9 days, and hanged on June 25, 1875. He protested innocence to the end, accusing Marin of the deed, a claim dismissed as desperation. Yet his execution did little to lift the curse, as doubts and folklore took root, whispered among fishermen and tourists under moonlit skies. The island's curse deepened with its aftermath. Marin and John never returned, their home abandoned, its walls echoing with ghostly silence. Locals spoke of a lingering dread, strange lights flickering near the murder site in the 1880s, a figure glimpsed in the fog by a 1905 visitor, and a chilling wail heard during a 1920 storm, blamed on wind, but felt like a lament. In 2008, archaeologists unearthed artifacts, 17th-century pipes, fish bones, revealing a history of Native American hunts and early fishing, yet the diggers reported an oppressive unease, as if the island resisted their intrusion. The ceaseless crash of waves and the island's desolate cliffs framed these tales, turning Smuttynose into a place where the past clings like damp air, its curse a blend of trauma and mystery. Exploring the curse's roots is a daunting task. The island, privately owned, limits access, its trails marked but treacherous with poison ivy and seabird nests. Records from 1873 are sparse, many lost to a 1901 fire, leaving gaps in Wagner's motives: jealousy, poverty, or a darker impulse. The Hontvet house is gone, its site a hollow marked by weathered stones, while the graveyard holds silent witnesses. Some argue the curse stems from Marin's guilt or Wagner's unconfessed accomplice, though evidence points to his sole guilt. Others see it as the island's spirit, angered by centuries of exploitation, native hunts, fishing decline, the 1873 tragedy. The fog and early dusk shroud these questions, making every step feel like a brush with the unknown. Theories abound, each adding to the curse's allure. Was it a psychological scar from the murders, amplified by isolation and the island's bleakness? The 1873 violence, with its axe and blood, may have imprinted a collective fear, passed down as legend. Some locals claim the island's rocky soil, soaked with history, holds a grudge. Native spirits displaced, fishermen's toil forgotten. Wagner's escape and recapture in 1873, his gallows defiance, fuel speculation of a wronged soul cursing the isle. Yet science offers a counter. The murders were a robbery gone wrong, the curse a human projection onto a desolate place. Still, the winds carry whispers, turning shadows into specters under a moonlit sky. Smuttynose's curse weaves a dark thread into New England's history. The island's cliffs, its abandoned cottages, and the graveyard's tilted stones, marking the Haleys, the Hontvets, hold echoes of that fateful night. The Atlantic, crashing nearby, mirrors the island's rugged beauty, its tides washing away clues but not the dread. A rusted axe head found in 1950 near the well, a cairn at the eastern end. These relics hint at the curse's grip. The island's isolation, reachable only by boat, blurs reality and myth, especially under a moonlit night. The landscape, with its rocky shores and dense fog, creates a backdrop where every wave crash feels like a voice from the past. Smuttynose stands as New Hampshire's cursed enigma, where the 1873 murders left a shadow that time cannot erase. Venture to its shores, and you'll feel the weight of that bloody night, the chill of a legacy unresolved. Is it a tale of human frailty, a spectral curse, or the island's own restless soul? The twilight, with its fog and whispers, fuels the sense that Smuttynose's secrets will never fully unravel, its ghosts forever bound to the rocky embrace of the sea.